Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today I'll be doing my second video on Cerazette, which is the contraceptive pill that I have recently been taking. In the first video I uploaded on Cerazette, I reported that apart from headaches, I was pretty much getting no other side effects. I wasn't really getting any side effects that related to my mood or anything like that. And I also said that just everything in general seemed okay. The headaches that I was getting when I very first started taking the pill had since stopped, and yeah, everything was pretty much alright. However, about a week or so after uploading that video for you all, I started getting some side effects that began to impact my life a little bit. So that's what today's video will be about. It's an update of my experience on Cerazette. So with that being said, we're just going to jump straight in. So I uploaded the first video on Cerazette, and then, as explained, about a week later I began to be impacted by new side effects, which I was not getting prior to this point. I began to see changes in my moods. I definitely was feeling more emotional, more down a lot of the time, and I definitely began suffering from mood swings. Even my partner mentioned to me that he thought my moods had changed, which made me think that things were changing because of Cerazette. I was not taking any other form of medication for anything at the time that this was all going on, so I knew that my changes and that these side effects were definitely from Cerazette, because that's all I was taking. I have to be careful with my moods anyway, because I do suffer from poor mental health, so that was an immediate alarm bell for me. Around this time I also started to suffer from dizziness. I couldn't actually walk in a straight line sometimes, and often I was walking into things as well. I also pretty much constantly had a sickly feeling in my stomach, but I was never actually physically sick. And I also just had this feeling where I was a little bit out of it. I felt like I was on some kind of antidepressant medication, as previously when I've been on that kind of medication, that's how you feel, very kind of out of it and just strange. There was no way to describe to anyone how I was feeling, because all I could say was I just felt strange and I just felt out of it, you know? So those kinds of side effects really started to creep up about a week after uploading my original Cerazette video. I'm not 100% sure why these side effects weren't showing up back when I very first started taking Cerazette, but it got to the point where it was impacting me quite a lot, and I have since made the decision to stop taking Cerazette. I guess the point of this video is to just say to anyone who's thinking about taking Cerazette, do your research. Obviously, this is just my experience, and you might have a completely different experience on these pills. The thing was that my doctor was kind of pushing me. Well, okay, maybe not pushing me. Maybe pushing is the wrong word. Maybe more like encouraging me to go on Cerazette over the other pills that are out there. So that's why I started on these, because my doctor was heavily pushing it to me. But it turns out that they're not for me. So do your research. If you're not 100% sure what form of contraception you want, then there's loads of things to try out there. Just do your research and just look into things. That's all I can say, really. I think that's my number one kind of piece of advice. My experience on Cerazette was a little bit of an interesting one. It started off absolutely fine, but as time progressed, it turned into a little bit of a nightmare for me. So everyone is different, and everyone is going to react to different pills and medications differently as well. What is your experience on this pill? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video or you found it useful, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.